Hey everybody, I'm Coach Austin. Today I want to introduce to you Runnin Ref. Runnin Ref is a worldwide training program for all sports officials to optimize performance, maximize injury resiliency, and to keep you on the field. That is our main goal. Okay, so here's we kind of get into this presentation. I want to fill you in on everything that I can about what we do, what we're about, and how we can help you be your best on game day. So Runnin Ref is an online training program, but we designed it specifically for referees and to address the physical demands of what you need to do on game day on the field. So with that being said, some of the goals that we have for you is to optimize performance. So we want you to feel as good as you possibly can, be as healthy as you possibly can on game day. There's a lot of different things that you need to be good at. So I need to be able to change directions well. I need to have good sprint technique. I want to have very high conditioning levels so that I can maintain my performance, and that'll help me stay healthier over the course of a game or a match as well. We want to implement consistent strength and conditioning strategies. So everything involved within that. At the same time, we want to try to prevent as many injuries as we can. So that may be soft tissue, muscle strains, the potential for cramps as well because of the output and the mechanical load of what we're placing on the body. Big injuries as well. When I stop and start change directions, I want to make sure that you're safe going into those cuts and different things. Now, if you run into a player on the field, those are some of the things that we can't help, but maybe we can help build your body up a little bit too, so that you're structurally a little bit more sound as well. So, with that being said, tell you a little bit about me. You can get to know me a little bit, okay? I'm Coach Austin, like I mentioned. I was a collegiate strength and conditioning coach for 9 years. Some of the things that I, had a hand in was helping athletes return to sport faster from short and long-term injuries. So, of all the time I spent in college athletics, I worked with mostly collegiate football teams. As you can kind of see from, the bottom of this, some of the schools that I've been at. So there's probably a pretty good chance that we've been on the field at the same time. And that would be really cool to connect with you and hear that, hey, I was at that game at that time. Oh, I remember that. I remember we won by a lot, or, whatever the case is. That's just kind of fun stuff that I would love to hear, a little bit if we could, get in touch at some point, right? I definitely want to teach you how to run better. So not only better sprint technique to run faster and improve performance, but some of what we talk about within this presentation today is injury resiliency and trying to bulletproof you as much as we possibly can. So not only is that going to put my legs and limbs in better positions to safeguard against some of those things, but it's also going to, just make me more economical. So as we start talking more and more and getting into conditioning, tests and conditioning sessions and things like that, I want to be more economical and save energy instead of expending so much energy. So if we can improve running technique and sprint technique, the ability to change directions, it's really going to help us in that aspect as well. And then, individual and team training sessions along with college athletics, conditioning is a big piece of that as well. So all of these thoughts and all of these places that I've been and the things that I've done over the years has guided me and helped me, create the avenues to which, this program is built on. Okay. So let's get going a little bit further. So we start talking about the physical demands of an official. So I definitely need to have a high fitness level. So all that means is I need to be in shape to sustain my performance over the whole course of a game. So I don't just want to feel good for, quarter one or the first half of a game or a match. I've got to be able to do that for the entire time I'm on the field, let alone I have a halftime break. There's time that I'm not resting necessarily as well, because I know you have a lot of jobs, a lot of duties, things that you've got to keep track of and pay attention to as well. Pre-game, I know your situation is never perfect. Maybe sometimes it's not great locker rooms. Maybe sometimes you don't have the space to warm up effectively. Those are things that we can help with. But having a high fitness level, having a good base of conditioning going into these games is really going to help all of those things just fall into place a little bit easier. Another thing, like I mentioned, is trying to bulletproof you as much as we possibly can. So making you very, very resilient when you get on the field. So training is a long-term, it's a long-term progress. Okay. So it's not just what I do today affects tomorrow. Everything that I do over the course of the year is going to affect my match or play on game day. Okay. So, that's another thing we just really want to hit home on is we're trying to create a resilient athlete. So all the sets, all the reps, all the things that may look like warm-ups, all of these things add into creating a better long-term athlete, okay? And we want you to be an efficient mover. So the ability to sprint full speed, change directions at a high speed, keep up with the plays that are going on, and be in the right place to make the calls is crucial for you as well, okay? Here's another hot topic that I'm very passionate about, and I think is truly important for you to understand where we're coming from here. So training versus working out. This is, a lot of mindset goes into this, but working out is just, any average Joe can do that. Well, you're an athlete. You are trying to be the best official or referee that you possibly can be. You can't just show up and get through the workout. Now, there's days that you're tired and you have kids and you have a lot of things going on and things that you need to focus on. But working out is just kind of showing up, going through the motion, just completing, the exercises that are given on that day. Training is a whole different ballgame. There's a focus to it. There's a mindset that's involved in it. There's a specific intent to every exercise that I do, because I know what I'm doing is going to push me forward and put me in a position to where I can succeed on game day. So there's a difference in training and working out. Within Runnin Refs, this is not a workout group. This is not just, we're not just giving you workouts to accomplish. We want you to train. We want you to understand the value of training, the value of every exercise that we put in place, the rest times, the sets, the reps, everything that we are about. We want you to understand that this is a training program, not a workout session. Okay. So we'll go a little bit further.